Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is at least 1 month away from release, and it's looking fantastic. We have Shadow in the movie. We've got Keanu Reeves playing him. The movie looks action-packed and it's looking to be Sonic's biggest adventure yet. And another great addition to the Sonic the Hedgehog movies. But for some reason, it feels like something's missing. Like, maybe characters of some sort? Look, I'm just gonna cut to the chase. You already know what this video is. Today, I will be discussing proof and evidence I have found that Amy, Rose, and Rouge the Bat could possibly appear in this movie. Fans have been questioning ever since the film came out if this could even be possible. Well, today I'm gonna show you that it could be. So join me as I discuss all the proof and evidence I found that these two could be in the movie as their first debut. Now, if you don't know this already, Pat Casey and Josh Millers are the writers of the Sonic the Hedgehog movies. They're also the ones who make a lot of decisions when writing the films that they're making. Like, what's the film going to be about, or who are we going to introduce into the film, or what elements from the games are we going to put in there? Well, in 2022, they had a Q&A interview, and they were asked a question, and this is how they answered it.
Questions are, what is Amy looking for Sonic out there?
We can't talk about that yet.
Yes, that's top secret, but you know, things are in the works.
There's these things called non-disclosure agreements that
Yeah.
So as you clearly heard, these two were asked if Amy was going to be looking for Sonic, or if she was just going to appear in the next film at all. And you heard it from them themselves, they couldn't talk about it as it was top secret, but things were in the works. So that already lets you know that Amy could possibly be hidden in the marketing, as they can't talk about this yet. Or just pushing the fact that they're at least hiding something but can't say what it is just yet. Now, a lot of fans have already pointed this out, but one of the movie characters, Maddie, has worn a certain variety of colored shirts throughout the movies. But these aren't just regular colored shirts. They're shirts that have specific colors that are connected with certain characters. The first shirt she wore was a yellow shirt in the first Sonic movie. And in the post-credit scene of that film, we see Tails, who's yellow. In the second film, we see her wearing a black jacket with a red shirt on. And in the post-credit scene of that film, we see Shadow, who's black and red. A little while later in the Knuckles show, we can see her wearing a pink sweater. Do you see where I'm getting at here? This is just one thing many fans have noticed throughout the movie so far. In 2023, it was announced the film would start, filming around July and August. Sadly, around that time, there was an actors and writers strike, meaning no one could write, shoot, or promote a movie at all until the strike was over. Thankfully, the writers confirmed the script was finished prior to the strike, but that still meant they couldn't film the movie and had to wait. Which is what they would have done if they were regular people. Later, it was announced that the film would begin shooting without actors. And now you're probably wondering, wait, how are they gonna film the movie without actors? Yeah, sorry pal, but I think you're forgetting what the movie is called. It's a Sonic movie. They don't have to film with actors. They can just use the prop stand-ins. They're not real people anyways. So from that point on until November, they shot many scenes with the prop stand-ins only. This could give them a perfect advantage to film scenes with Amy and Rouge and keep it completely quiet without getting leaked until the actors came on set. I know it seems confusing, but if you put two and two together, it makes a lot of sense. It gives them an advantage to film early so that it doesn't get leaked and they can keep this really well hidden, unlike many scenes they filmed with actors on set. Many shots from set were leaked online, but it was only of the actors and the prop stand-ins, not the prop stand-ins alone. Around May of 2024, Tails' voice actor Collen O'Shaughnessy had an interview. She was talking with the interview, asked many questions, and was talking about the movie, of course. Pretty much how Sonic 3 is definitely not the last movie. The idea of a Tails spin-off, and a spin-off about the Chaotix. I mean, they do have a cameo in the prequel comic for Sonic 2, I'm just saying. However, one of the questions asked was if Amy would appear in the film. She of course did not answer, but smiled at the question. Yes, she smiled at the question. Specifically, the Amy Rose question. Near May and July, fans were very eager to see the first trailer for Sonic 3. It came out in August. But fans were still very impatient and waiting for the trailer, which we hadn't gotten yet. Fans kept replying to Paramount asking if they were going to get the trailer soon or not, leading to some questionable comment section replies from the official, people themselves. Basically, whoever was running the Paramount Pictures movie account was having a ball. I can't find this comment anymore, but there was one that asked if Amy was gonna appear in the movie, and the official account said, and I quote, "I've said too much." Even if they weren't hiding these two, they're at least hiding something. And I bet there's nothing that serious to hide in the movie if it's not a character. Unless it's these two, but we don't know that yet. They're basically just like Marvel at this point, trying to hide every single thing about whatever it is they can. And for some reason, it's this movie in specific that they're doing this for. And yes, they hid many things about the past two movies, but never to this extent. Nor did they make fun of us for it in comment sections either. After the first trailer came out and fans went berserk, many fans started noticing a few shots in the trailer looked off. For some reason, there's an odd gap in the middle of the scene, and it looks like something could fill it, like a character. I'm going to give you some examples I found myself, and probably what a lot of other people found as well. A lot of people have debated that this might not be the case and the scenes are just shot like that and there's nothing hidden. But this isn't the first time Paramount has done this. In fact, this probably isn't the first time they've done this for anything. There are plenty of shots from different Sonic movie trailers that were edited and soon in the final cut they look completely different. Or something was edited out altogether. Yeah, I know I drew them a little bit smaller, okay? And if you want another example from another movie, well... At some point in the trailer, Shadow says a line of dialogue, which is...
When we're done, there won't be anything left.
In this, he says, when we're done, there won't be anything left. Implying that he might be working with someone. Maybe a certain bat? Now, this could be false, and he could be referring to Gerald since he is alive. And it is looking like they're going to be working together. But it could still mean something, okay? During this year, there was an official Sonic Central that finally came out after a while. And near the end, we got an interview with Jeff Fowler and Toby Asher about Sonic 3 and the making of it alongside the last two movies. Near the end, we saw Sonic and Shadow do their iconic SA2 pose, which was amazing. Like, bro, they did the thing! Like, look, they did the thing! Like, the biggest wave of nostalgia just hit me, Anyway, but what many people don't seem to notice is there's a weird color grading in the logo. This color grading is pink for some reason. No, seriously, it is very pink. It's kind of weird you just have some random shade of pink unless you weren't hiding something in the movie that has something to do with that color. I don't know about you, but that's kind of suspicious. A few months back, there was a fake photo of Amy made that was very realistic and similar to how characters would look in the movie. This image, as you can see, was clearly fake. The person who created it came out and admitted that they did it, and it wasn't meant to like be a fake leak or anything, they just did it for fun. However, they made a tweet on their Twitter saying that Paramount had took the image down because they mistook it for the original? He further backed this up by showing that they did indeed take this down. Why would Paramount take down an image from a fan? They don't own it, so why would they take it down? What would they even be mistaking it for, unless Amy was in the movie? I don't know about you, but that seems like an open and closed case. And you could argue, well, actually it could be for a post-credit scene. I know, but that doesn't mean it can't be used as valuable evidence. Now, as we all know, Sonic 3 has a lot of actors. Specifically just actors for human characters. However, there's a few amount of actors that are uncredited. Up until now, one of the actors in the movie, Sophia Penders, so sorry if I got her name wrong, has for some reason not been credited or given a role up to this point. Same for Jenna Slate. Don't believe me? She's in the cast and she doesn't have a role. Same goes for Aubrey Plaza. Many months ago, she was eyed for a villain role in Sonic 3. But for some reason, we haven't heard anything since. And there's not really a lot of female Sonic villains except for one. Okay, that's kind of debatable, but you get the point here. believe that's everything I have so far. I just wanted to make this video to prove a point that Amy and Rouge could appear in the movie. And even if there's not a lot of proof that's pretty much accurate, there's at least some proof. Come to think of it, a very reliable source in movie industry has come out and said that the final trailer for Sonic 3 has a surprise waiting for people. Even going as far to say that it's a surprise character. And they're being voiced by a woman. Interesting how there's a bunch of actors that aren't credited. And yeah, you could argue that that's also probably a post-credit scene. But I at least just wanted to get the proof I found out there. And prove that Amy and Rouge's appearance is possible. If both of them can't make it in, at least one of them. Who knows, Paramount maybe went all out and did a really good job hiding these two up until this point. Or maybe they're not in the film at all, but that's okay. Even if these two don't appear in the movie, it's still gonna be fine. It's gonna be a great movie either way. It's not gonna be terrible just because two characters didn't show up. But that doesn't mean we still can't have hope that they might appear in the movie after all. We care about these characters and we want them to appear in the films. It makes so much sense why they'd be hidden because they're so big and popular, and they probably make everyone go, be shocked in the theater. But anyway, that's all I have for now, and I'll see you next time.